Good morning, friends. This is Corky, the Plum Creek Booksmith, and I'm back with a treasure haul. This is my Thrifted Treasures. It's a collaboration with my friend Dale, and I will put her information down below. She's the sweetest lady you'll ever know, and I'm so glad I found her and consider her a friend. So my hubby and I and our daughter got away for a day and a half. His birthday was last week on Thanksgiving, and so we got away to kind of celebrate his birthday. Had a nice meal where he and my daughter, well, we all love this place that we went to, and it's only in Lincoln and Omaha, so we don't get there as often as we like to. So when we go, that's one place we love to go, especially together. But I feel like even though it was his birthday, I went away with all the prizes, all the gifts, because I got to stop at two of my favorite antique stores while they went shopping other places. So I think I'm the one that won out. Anyway, this is a combination of two different places, and I got them all mixed up, so I can't even remember for sure where I got. Some of them I remember exactly where I got them, but most of them I think, where did I get this? Did I get this here or there? Anyhow, so let's get started. We'll go with all these fun little trinkety things. I found these little sleigh bells, and they were tied in this pretty green and red fabric, and so I know those are going to go with a Christmas journal. I got another little package of keys. I thought they were kind of unique. Look like maybe old car keys, but they're just a fun shape. Look at this one, has a fun hole. It's round and triangle-y. There's a triangle and a triangle. This is round and triangle-y, and that one's triangle. So I thought those were fun. And then this pretty brooch. I should have had them out of the packages. What was I thinking? Oh, this one has a little gem that's kind of missing. But these are diamonds, right? These are diamonds, and I got it for $3.50. They are so pretty. Look how they catch the light. But I'll have to get this one put back in. I don't even know. I suppose there's special glue to put that in. I better keep this one in the bag. I love the way Sharon Horth secures her journals, and she always has a pretty brooch that she has within her little ties. And there's another pretty one. Maybe you can see that through the bag. It's a pretty brooch, and I got that for $2.50. That'll be pretty on the outside of a journal. Thank you, Sharon, for the idea. Hope you don't mind if I borrow it. And then here's some pretty little earrings I thought would make a nice little closure on a journal. And then here's one for a patriotic journal. I like doing those now and then. I have patriotic pages on my Etsy, so be sure and look for that. And look at this as a wreath. That'll be pretty on a Christmas journal. And I just thought this was cute. I remember my mom had necklaces like this of us kids, and so there's this cute little girl. She'll just be pretty inside a journal. And you know, sometimes you just like to use things from your memories, you know, good memories from your childhood. And then this is an eagle pin, tie tack, and that'll be pretty on a patriotic journal too. So then here's some cabinet cards and other things, but mainly cabinet cards. This was cute of a little kiddo, just the right size to tuck in a pocket. And I liked this one because it's like a winter scene. That'll be good for Christmas or a winter journal. Makes you cold just looking at it. We had some snow the day, let's see, a day or two after Thanksgiving, and it was a really wet snow, probably 2 to 4 inches, I think is what it was. It was good moisture. This is a pretty little girl. I shouldn't say little girl, she's a young woman. And so, oh, and I love this. This will be beautiful in a Christmas journal. I think it's an old blotter, but it must be like a Christmas gift from a store or whatever. But it says to and from on it. I can't really read it, and so I thought that was fun for a Christmas journal. Ooh la la! I like this Paris postcard from 1909. So I had to have that for 75 cents. I'm going to do a cowgirl journal for one of my best friends. She had wanted one some time ago, and I made one, and I sold it before she could get to it, and I feel so bad. She's kind of the one that gave me the idea to make one, and so I've got to make it extra special for her. And this is a cabinet card. Look at her, isn't she pretty? I think it's a her. However, it makes me think it might be a priest, maybe. I'm not sure. There's a nice young man. There's a young lady. And I forget how to get into this one. And there's another young man. This will probably just be a journal insert. And then got this batch of things. These are all for probably a prayer journal. This is a child's book of Bible verses. So I'll either just use the little pages individually, or this will just be a little insert for a prayer journal. And then I got all of these prayer journal cards for a little bit of nothing, because, well, some of these are 50 cents a piece, which is, this one's $1, but a lot of these didn't have prices on them. And so the store owner, he says, well, I can't, oh, this one's 50, but I think they're pretty. I'll probably scan a lot of them, make a digital out of them. I just love how they're scalloped on the edges. They're just intricate and just pretty. But anyway, back to the story. The shop owners, you know, he goes, well, they're not, but most of these are marked. There's several that aren't, maybe down below. But he goes, I can't, when the shop owners or the booth owners don't mark them and expect that the shop owner is supposed to call them every time or whatever, or hold them back from being sold or what. Well, these are all marked, but anyway, he says, I can't chase down everybody, and it's not up to the customer and all this. And so he ended up giving me maybe a dozen for free. Okay, so then this batch of cards were $1, the whole batch. I think there's maybe a dozen or more, but they're just interesting and they're different. And so they'll make nice inserts. I love this. This is definitely going to get scanned, because I'm going to use this image over and over and over. It's just beautiful. It's German, I believe. I don't know what this says. And then this is all German, or I'm not really sure. I'll have to do some investigation, but it's got all this awesome writing on the back. Okay, and then this frame was just available. I think we just threw that in. I thought this was going to be fun. I'll probably scan it to use multiple times, but it'll make just a nice, maybe I'll put some of that film, you know, behind it and use it as a pocket to make, you know, something slide in and look pretty, you know, that kind of thing. Here's all my freebies. This is free too. Oh, and then all of these, this one, yeah, all of these back here are all free because they weren't marked. So here's these. I love how these are all die cut. Beautiful lacy trim on the edges of these prayer cards. Some of these are like funeral cards, but mainly just maybe bookmarks or whatever, Bible place marks. Jesus stands at the door and knocks. Remember that song when we were kids? There was a song about Jesus at the door and he'll knock, 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 knock. If you remember it, let me know in the comments below. And while we're talking about it, like this video, subscribe if you haven't, hit the bell, and make a comment. Love to read your comments. Here's one of the freebies. It just wasn't marked. It has a card in it, and it's written on. But I had just watched a maker's video not very long ago, where she uses used envelopes that are postmarked and stamped, and she cuts these down, and then she makes a little booklet when the envelope is open. I thought that was a great idea. Here's a Diller High School graduation invitation. And it's from, oh, it doesn't have the year, darn it. Oh, 1938. I just thought it was very classy. And it's got the textured paper. This is pretty. I don't know exactly what it was. If it was just an insert, maybe it was a calling card. It's written in some foreign language, and I think it's December 26th of 1922, but I don't know what this word is. At first I thought it was January, but then that makes too many numbers for the date, so I just left that out and realized it's probably December 26th of 22. So, and it's just good and vintagey. Okay, and here's another envelope and a card inside it. Pretty Christmas card. I can't open it for some reason. Oh, here we go. And it says, why not try a warm climate such as California? And then from Wilma. Pretty. And so I noticed that Wilma is from Los Angeles, and whoever from the lady that received is from Lincoln, Nebraska. But she must have had to use this envelope as a message to somebody coming to her front door, because it says, please ring rear doorbell. Jan is in the basement. And then on the back it says, Wilma Acton is from Beverly Hills, California. So I don't know why would that go over? Anyway, that's weird. I wonder why she did that. That would be easy to get caught in the mail. Anywho, she's probably long gone. I can't ask her those things. Okay, here's one of those empty envelopes. I got several of them. Like I said, there were some that, and I suppose in the box that they were from, people were pulling out the cards and forgetting to put the cards back on in the envelopes. So there's probably a bunch of cards left in that box that don't have envelopes. So I saw those empty envelopes, so I thought, I remembered that lady in another maker's video where she cut these down and then she'd use these as little booklets in journals. So that's what I plan to do with all these used envelopes. This one's from 1951, that one's from 51, so they're not terribly old, but they're beautifully patinaed, and they look old, and the old stamps and the postmarks. And that's a beautiful card that was in this envelope. Oh, I never saw this. Oh, isn't that pretty? So these will get scanned so I can use them over and over and over. Oh, it's a little letter, and look at the pretty edging on this paper. Oh, fancy. So it's a nice little letter. I'll probably scan that because it's a pretty blue. Another envelope. Look how beautifully patinaed that is. And it's from 1934. 1951, kind of the same size and color. And this one had looks like a Christmas stamp in the back. Isn't that pretty? I'll probably scan this just for a prayer journal. And then it's Christmassy too. Look how pretty that is. It has a little letter on the back. Here's somebody's report card. Daniel Crawford from 1948, his 4th grade marks. Oh, he's a pretty darn good student. Got A's and B's and a couple C's. Writing. Boys couldn't sit still to write, so that might be why he got a C. Daniel needs to use good letter forms in his writing. Okay. But other than that, he did pretty darn good. 0 times tardy, 0 times absent. And then his mom signed it. Another one of those empty envelopes. Here's 2 more empty envelopes. Here's one that has a card in it. Greetings. There we go. I love that red. It's gorgeous. And then a pretty little doily with some embroidery on it. I'll either use it as is, or I will take the trim off and use the trim. I do that a lot of times. And then here's a handsome man. I liked the frame. That was the basic reason for getting this little picture. And then I got some different notebooks here. This one's a diary from 1955. It's not written in that I saw. I don't think any of it's written in. So I'll use these pages for inside journals for inserts. Or a lot of times I like to, if there's a busy page, book page, and I want to increase the writing surfaces, I'll glue diary pages inside. So that's probably what I'll use that for. This one was interesting. This one's an index of Victor records. So it's just a page for keeping track of what records you own. And so I loved the paper, and then I loved the typewriter. And it's just a record of all of the records this person owned at one time. And so there's some blank pages and some typewritten pages, and then in the back it's all blank pages. So they're alphabetized. I see it at in the corner up here. They're alphabetized. So that's, although I don't see any alphabet. I can't talk right. I mean, you start out with A, and then you go to Uncle John, or Uncle Joe, Uncle Josh, and then the Grand Old Rag, the Patent Medicine Man. So it's not in alphabetical order. I don't know. That's crazy. Anyway, fun pages, different pages. I'd seen that before when I was at that particular store, and I'd always thought, oh, that's interesting, I might get it, but it was a little more than I wanted. But that particular shop was having a sale, and so I thought, today's the day I'm going to get it. I'll use the pages, I'll do some scanning. So here's a little notebook that I thought was interesting. I did something, I had something like this a couple months ago, and I made a journal out of it, and I might do the same with this one. This one's a lot older, or in worse shape, maybe I should say. I think it's older than the one that I had done before. But it's not really written in. There's a few pages. Virginia, must be Snyder, College of St. Catherine, St. Cloud, maybe, St. Cloud, Minnesota. And then there's a little writing here. Can't really read it. And most of the pages are blank. But look at the line. They're just real tight. The lines are really tight together. Not like most notebook pages. So you had to have really tiny writing, or maybe drop down. Maybe use two lines instead of one. I write bigger than that. Maybe when I was younger I wrote tighter, but as I get older my writing is a little bigger. And then all of these, they're alphabetized. I hope I'm talking right, because it's really early and I haven't had a lot of time to do a lot of talking because I'm the only one up. Although I do talk to myself, but usually not out loud. But anyway, here's the ABCs down the side. And they're the index weight, divider pages. And so that's probably what I'll do, is just, oh, here's some writing back here. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's your list of subjects and the date or the time. So this must have been her schedule. Tuesday classes, and then Monday classes, Wednesday and Monday classes, American history. That looks like sewing. Would you take sewing in college? Maybe. French, chemistry. I don't know what that is. And then there's a pocket back here. I was hoping there would be $1,000 in here, but there isn't. There's a pocket. So I'm thinking I will probably turn this into a junk journal. Use some of the original paper. Anyway, that is all I got. Now I've got to get busy because I'm way behind on things. But we had such a good time away, and I enjoyed myself so much. Don't get to always spend time with my daughter, and so it was really a good time to be with her, and loved every second of it. Anyway, I hope you all have a super duper day. I'm going to get busy. So goodbye now.